Let's go! Batter up! We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a ball game, today. The fans are out to get a ticket or two. From Walla Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo. It's a beautiful day for a home run, but even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today.
Hey everybody, it's me, Rick Acosta, the Dodger card collector, coming to you with another video. Today is Saturday. Saturday what? November the 2nd, and the Dodgers are the world champions of baseball. So here's my pennant. I've got my shirt. Still have the old cap from 2020. Waiting for my new cap to arrive, which I've already ordered. I've got I've got a couple more shirts on the way. My sister's sending me a shirt, a snow cap. Went to Dodger Stadium today. And let's see. Can you guys see it? Yeah, I bought the only thing I bought was the program. Bought the program. That was $15. I haven't even looked at it. I literally just got home, you guys, and I wanted to talk to you guys, but wanted to tell you where I've been, what I've been up to. And let me start with Dodger Stadium in case any of my local friends are thinking of heading out there. Dodger Stadium, they have 2 stores open right now, you guys. The top of the ballpark, which I know you guys are familiar with, they're open. They have a lot of great stuff, a lot of shirts, a lot of caps. If you go beyond the outfield to the Dodger team store behind the pavilion, that store is bigger and has a lot more stuff. So check that out. I will say this, you guys, if you're trying to just buy this shirt or the shirt they wore at the parade yesterday, go to Dick's Sporting Goods. I think I paid $40 for this shirt. Dodger Stadium selling it for $59. So, that was probably the only reason I bought the program. But they've got a lot of stuff there. They got a lot of shirts, a lot of hoodies, a lot of caps, a lot of Ohtani stuff. It's just amazing what's going on there. But wanted to talk to you guys before I show you guys some cards, just how things are going. It's been a crazy week. I have been on YouTube, but I'll be honest, I've been watching more World Series content from I'm learning about guys like Yankee Pinstripes and John Boy and Dodger Territory. I've been watching a lot of those videos for analysis of the games and getting some interviews. And those guys all those channels I just mentioned provide a lot of interesting stuff to sports fans. And it was really, I learned a lot from this World Series with YouTube in regards to that. It's just, there's a lot of great channels out there that go way beyond anything that I do, definitely. But I did not go to the World Series. I did not end up going. Tickets were just expensive. And I honestly thought the World Series would go 6 or 7 games. And if it had, then at that point, I would have considered maybe trying to drop some money on seeing them win. But they won in New York. And that's just how it is. That's baseball. And where was I? Game 1. I was here watching. My memories of the World Series will be very much, this was a text world. This was the world we lived in. I was texting everybody. It just seemed like I was in several different chats all at the same time, including my brother-in-law, including my cousins on one chat, including my college friends on one chat, including a high school friend on another chat. It just seemed, I was trying to jump in on with some YouTubers at certain points, but I just get really stressed out. And it was a lot. I get nervous. I am not a fun human being to go to a sporting event with you guys. I'm somebody who sits there and bites his nails. I'm always sitting there going, yeah, we have a 5-run lead. What's going to happen here? Those type of things. So I think I'm only happy at the very end. And when I say at the very end, literally for me, I was happy after Game 5. After Game 1, I saw the Freddie home run. The home run surprised me. The Dodgers winning didn't surprise me, just because I honestly thought Freddie Freeman was at least going to get a hit, because that's how they've been all year. The Dodgers keep coming back, so I figured we're just going to get a hit here and win, and all of a sudden he hits a home run. The only thing I'll say reminiscent of Kirk Gibson, because it was completely different, but the one thing I did find similar was just seeing the trajectory of the ball and the way it landed in right field in the pavilion. It just kind of reminded me of, I've seen this before. And hearing Joe Kelly use the Fox announcer, who's also the Dodger announcer, hearing Joe Kelly say she is gone the same way Vince Scully did, that brought back memories. And I'll be honest, I got a little teary-eyed just because I had been thinking of Vince Scully all day that day before Game 1. But the Dodgers went up 1-0. The next night, Tommy Edman and Teoscar Hernandez, Freddie Freeman hit more home runs. Dodgers were up 2-0. When they went back to New York, I had the attitude of, I just want them to win. I'll be happy if they win a game. Come back home 3-2. Then Freddie hits a home run in the first inning of Game 3. The Dodgers never really looked back in that game. I think the Yankees might have made a comeback near the end or tried to make a comeback, but they were up 3-0. And when they were up 3-0, like my brother-in-law and other friends are saying, that's it, they've got this. And I had been saying since the end of Game 2, there was a thing that was happening out here in LA. I know that some of my LA peeps who watch me will say the same thing. There was a lot of Kobe Bryant videos being floated around. He kept saying, he was interviewed once when the Lakers were up 2-0. And they asked him if he was happy. And he said, no, he wasn't. Job's not done. And I totally agreed. I go, the Dodgers were only up 2-0. In 1980 or 1978, the Dodgers were up 2-0. And I remember that. And the Yankees came back and won 4 straight. In 1981, I saw the Yankees win the first 2 games. And the Dodgers came back and won 4 straight. So I had seen it before, and I kept saying, this isn't over. This is just, we're still playing. Everybody's got to keep focused. Dodgers win Game 3. You relax a little, but you're still kind of like, I want to win the next game. Tommy Lasorda used to say things along the lines of, we got to win 4. If this were a best 3 out of 5, we'd be celebrating. But we got to win 4, so we got to keep playing. And Game 4, the Yankees came out and pretty much destroyed us during one of our bullpen games. And then in Game 5, we all know what happened. I'm not here to analyze it. I'll leave that to the experts at ESPN and MLB Network and Fox Network. I don't think you guys really give a crap what I think of what happened. Yankees were up 5-0, imploded in the 5th inning. Dodgers scored 5 runs to tie the game at 5. And Yankees ended up scoring, I think, in the 6th. Dodgers scored 2 runs in the 8th. When it was 7-6 in the 8th, and I was still saying to myself, I was extremely nervous. I was extremely much a basket case. And I kept waiting for the Yankees. I'll be honest, I kept waiting for Giancarlo Stanton to hit a home run. Aaron Judge had already hit one, and he looked like he was starting to warm up a little. So he could have hit one. Juan Soto had been hitting the crap out of the ball the entire postseason. And I knew the Dodgers were running out of arms. I didn't realize, though, that the Yankees relievers also felt like they were running out of gas. So I think for me, I was nervous when Blake Trinan came in at the bottom of the 6th, got 1 out, and then they brought him back in the 7th, and I knew that, and he got his 3 outs. And I just kept, and I had heard from a friend who had texted me that said Walker Buehler was in the bullpen. And I just got nervous. I go, great, we're going to use up our Game 7 pitcher right now. Trinan was brought out in the 8th. And he got Juan Soto out, I think. And then he walked the next 2 batters. And I remember thinking, that's it. We got to take this guy out. It was a 3-1 lead. And if you had told me the Dodgers were going to come back to LA with a 3-game to 2-game lead, I would have been ecstatic. But at this point, I was also feeling, could the Slearys potentially be slipping away if we make a mistake here? And Dave Roberts comes to take out Blake Schreider, and I thought, and he doesn't. And I remember thinking, God, is this going to be the move that everybody analyzes for the next 50 years? Trinan gets the next two guys out. Stanton flew out on the first pitch, and Anthony Rizzo struck out. When Anthony Rizzo struck out, that was the first time I started thinking, oh my God, this is going to happen. I'll be honest, I think you guys kind of know this. I'm an emotional guy. That was when I noticed tears were starting to come out. And I go, the game's not over. Game's not over. And the Dodgers did nothing in the ninth. And Yankees had the bottom of the lineup coming up. And I kept expecting them to put up some pinch hitters, but they really didn't have anybody off the bench, I guess, that could come off. And, well, to be honest with you, all of those guys, Volpe, Austin Wells, and old friend Alex Verdugo, had already hit home runs in the series. So I was like, well, all it takes is one swing. And all I remember was just letting out a big yell when Alex Verdugo struck out, and just screaming and jumping and hooting and hollering. And, people started calling, and I'm trying not to cry. And I was just so happy that it was amazing. Just because as a Dodger fan, I will take that 2020 World Series any day of the week. I've heard the Mickey Mouse references. I've heard we didn't win in a full season, and I've heard that, but we still won. Your team didn't win in 2020. Ours did. But we didn't get a parade because of the COVID. We didn't get to celebrate the way we could have or should have because it was just a different time. But we were happy when they won in 2020. But when they won in 2024, it was a time to celebrate. It was a time to party. And it was great. And I was just screaming. I stayed up till 2 a.m. I stayed up till 2 a.m. watching all these interviews and highlights and texting people. Eventually I fell asleep, woke up at 6 a.m. the next day. I think I worked. We were supposed to work. And then yesterday was the parade. I did not go to the parade. A friend of mine wanted me to go, and I said, no, I just don't do parades. And they had a really huge crowd out there. My cousin takes some really good photos out there. And then they had a big rally at Dodger Stadium. And I tried to get tickets for that, and that was pretty hard to get. Didn't get tickets for that. Watched it on TV like everybody else. And I was very happy watching. And then Teoscar Hernandez went up there and started crying. So I started to cry. Then Clayton Kershaw went up there, and he made me cry because he just makes me cry whenever he's just there. But it was a great experience. It was a great moment seeing all that. I woke up today and I said, I actually said I'm going to Burbank just because I haven't done anything hobby-wise in a while. And so I went to the Burbank store. There were no shows going on, and I hadn't bought anything in a while. So I go, let's go buy some cards. And when I got there, the Burbank store is 10 miles from Dodger Stadium. I'm like, oh, let's go see what's happening at Dodger Stadium. I wanted to go see the Fernando mural tribute that's being built with all the flowers at the entryway of Dodger Stadium. And when I got there, I saw cars were in the parking lot, and I asked the security. I went up to the security guard. I go, "Is the store open?" He goes, "Yeah." So I went in there and hung out for a bit. And I had already bought my shirt on. The day after. I bought that at Dick's. So I wanted to be around LA with my new shirt on. But anyway, that's kind of what I've been doing, you guys. So I am going to show you some cards because I don't think you guys want to just sit here and listen to me talk about the Dodgers all day because some of you are like going, ugh. But I do have some cards I'm going to show you. So let me turn the camera around and we'll get going. All right, so let's take a look at some of my recent pickups, but I'm going to go back to my previous video right before the World Series, Dodgers-Yankees, where I showed off a lot of great cards from players from the past. There were two guys I honestly just messed up and did not include. I thought about it long after I made the video, so I wanted to add these guys into a video just because they were both great shortstops, both in the Hall of Fame. They were both the captains, I believe. Rizzuto might not have been. I'm not sure. I know that Peewee was the captain of the Dodgers, but Rizzuto was definitely like the field general. So I wanted to call out the 1941 play ball Pee-wee Reese. Reese played with the Dodgers from 1940 to 1958. And then Phil Rizzuto, he started in 1941, played till 1956. And he is featured here in his 1950 Bowman card, which love that card. Love both of these cards. So good way to get off to a good start on this video with showing off two Hall of Fame cards there. Peewee and Phil Rizzuto. Okay, my last pickup of the regular season was this Topps Now card of Shohei Ohtani accomplishing the 50 home run, 50 stolen bases. And I bought this one. I rarely buy Topps Now. I think I have like 4 of them, 4 or 5 of them. And I was thinking of buying the World Series cards, the set. And then I saw that it only was 8 cards for $50 compared to the 2020 World Series. There were 15 cards for $50. And of those 8, one of them was Giancarlo Stanton. And I just kind of wanted Dodger cards. So I think what I will end up doing is just buying the Topps Now card of Freddie Freeman for Game 1. But in the meantime, here is Shohei Ohtani. 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. Great regular season. Okay, as I mentioned to you, or I might not have, I think I mentioned to you, I went to the Burbank store this afternoon on my way to Dodger Stadium. Picked up some cards from 1969, some cards from 1950, and I wanted to share a couple of those with you. And the first guy is Dave McNally. I could be mistaken here, but I think somebody recently showed this card in the last month or two in their videos. It might have been Terry, TJ Maxx. I'm not sure though, but I saw this card on somebody's video and I go, oh, I want that card. So here is Dave McNally. Pretty good play, a very good pitcher of the Baltimore Orioles from the late 60s and the early 70s. Everyone talks about Jim Palmer, but Dave McNally was pretty damn good himself. I think he has a Cy Young Award as well. And then the other card I was able to pick up, Johnny Bench. And this is his All-Star card from the 1969 set. Love the cap. That would be I think that was the last year. I'm not sure. I know the Reds would eventually go to the red caps that we're very familiar with today. But here's Johnny Bench and his All-Star card. I still need 3 more All-Stars. Bob Gibson, Lou Brock, and Pete Rose. And then I will be done with that little subset. Let's see. The next couple of cards I also picked up at Burbank. I've been working slowly on the 1950 Bowman set. And here is Alvin Dark of the New York Giants, excuse me. I remember Alvin Dark more as the manager of the Oakland A's. He had a good career as a player. And I also remember managing the A's and the Giants and the Indians, to name a few. So there's Alvin Dark swinging away in 1950. The next guy I picked up is one of the big 3 of the New York Yankees. I think their big 3 today is Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, and Giancarlo Stanton. But in 1950, it was Ed Lopat, Vic Raschi, and Allie Reynolds. Great pitching staff. None of those 3 guys are in the Hall of Fame. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is a Dodger fan that's like yelling because the Yankee guys aren't in the Hall of Fame. This guy was a great pitcher. Ed Lopat. Let's see. Here is Al Rosen. I would know him from my 1975 Topps MVP subset. That's why I found out who Al Rosen was. He was the 1953 American League MVP. And his nickname was Flip. I literally just got home, so I have not done any research on these cards. Someone in the comments, can you please tell me why Al Rosen was nicknamed Flip? I also remember him later as the general manager of the San Francisco Giants. Al Rosen. Let's see, the next three, yeah, the next 3 or 4 here, these are all from the batter's box. They recently had a 15% off sale, and I am a sucker for that place when it comes to their 15% off sales. So this guy is Charlie Keller. Charlie Keller. I knew him more on the Yankees, but by this point, he's on the Detroit Tigers. But when he was on the Yankees, he was in an outfield with Tommy Henrich and Joe DiMaggio. Just a great ball player. Here he is swinging away as well. Another Yankee. I do like buying vintage Yankee cards. I am a Dodger fan, and the Yankees were our rivals. But adding these guys into my collection is great. And this is Hank Bauer, 1950 Bowman, his rookie card. Had some solid years with the Yankees before he was traded to the A's. I remember him also as a manager, and I remember he was the manager of the Baltimore Orioles in 1966. And there is a very nice 1967 card with Hank Bauer along with Frank and Brooks Robinson. But here he was featured in his rookie card from 1950. Another great manager. I didn't know he played. Danny Merto. Danny Merto won the World Series in 1960 and 1971 as the manager of the Pirates. But it looks like he played second base for the Pirates way back then. This guy should get more Hall of Fame consideration. I'm starting to learn building some of these sets. Some of these guys just don't get consideration for the Hall. I mean, he was a manager for 2 World Series. I mean, he won 2 World Series as a manager. I mean, my God, Dusty Baker's probably going to get in. He only won 1. So let's see. And let's see, the next guy is Bob Lemon. Bob Lemon. With the 1950 Bowman set, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm starting to buy more recognizable names. So that's why I featured these guys, just because I'm getting to that point, which is fun. So with my pickups, as we show off Bob Lemon, Hall of Fame Bob Lemon. And he also became a Yankee manager in the late 70s. As what are my stats here? Oh, I'm going to show you one more card, then we'll talk about stats. And then this one I won on eBay, and this is the Warren Spahn card from 1950. It's a great looking card. It's a card I have been eyeing for a while, and every time I see it, it was way above $200, and I go, I think I can get it for under $200, and eventually I found it for decently under $200. And I was able to win it on eBay, and I was pretty happy. But this is Warren Spahn. So with these cards that I just picked up over the last few days, I think I am down to 74 more. I need 74 more cards to finish the 1950 Bowman set. And Ted Williams is still one of them, so he is the next big card I need to get. The rest are either commons or players like these guys. I know I still need Early Wynn. I still need Allie Reynolds. So there are some recognizable names that I need. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for listening to me talk about the Dodgers. It's been a great time. It's just been awesome. So anyway, thanks again. We'll talk to you guys real soon. Take care.